Hey everybody, it's Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Steins Renri no Darling, grabbing the Operations S achievement. This is our final text message playthrough. This time we're doing Suzuha's playthrough. So basically you want to answer all text messages from Suzuha, and I'll point them out as we go along the way. But as always, you can hit right bumper to fast forward, hit A to skip cinematics, and you just want to answer text messages from one person and go through all their conversation trees. If you've made it with us this far, you probably know all of that already. So we're going to skip ahead to the first Suzuha text, which shouldn't be for a while because, you know, she appears pretty late in the first chapter, but there you go.
おい、聞こえる？実は心しだから言った。何？ああ、L。
もちろんと言いたいところだけど。マジかよ。
まあいいや。あんまりここで。
Alright, so she doesn't appear until about 2 minutes in. Her name looks like this in Japanese with the 2 lines, and the first text message only has 1 choice. So make sure you send that one off and then continue fast forwarding. And make sure you keep your eyes peeled for her name because it's pretty long and it's easily confusable with Ferris's if you're not paying close attention because both have 5 characters. Alright, once you see Mr. Braun, you are going to have another text right there with only 1 decision. As soon as you make that decision, make sure you make a save in save file number 1 and then answer the next text message from her. You can skip that one obviously, so the next text message comes here when you're out on the streets. This one has 3 conversation choices, but we're going to pick the first super long one. After a little bit with Moeka, you are going to head to the cafe and open up this text message. This is the last in that conversation tree. Make sure you quick save and then load up save file number 1. And as soon as you do, you want to hit X to bring up the phone before the message goes away. Open it and then respond to the one and only response, and then fast forward until the 3-way fork in the road, which should be right after that text message right there. So it should pop here on the street. Make sure you open it, and this time we are going to pick the second option. So send that off, and once again, once you head to the cafe, you should get another text message from her. Alright, once you're here with the word to your mother guy, make sure you open up text message. This time you want to send the first response, and then you want to keep fast forwarding. We're going to head into the cafe and see Ferris and Mayuri. Make sure you open up this text message and then send that one and only response, and then get to fast forwarding. Once you're here, you could skip that text message, and once Ferris is by herself on the screen, you should get another text here, and that's the last one of that conversation tree. So once again, quick save and load from slot number 1, which should put you in front of Mr. Braun, and as soon as you're there, keep mashing X to bring up the phone so you don't miss the text. Send the one and only response and start the chain anew, this time picking different options, obviously. So once you get to the street, make sure you pick a different option this time. We are going to stick with the second option because there are forks after that fork, if that makes any sense. That should make sense. So skip ahead until you are at the cafe. And once you're here, make sure you open up the text. This one, you want to pick the second option right there, so the one with one Japanese character, so the shortest out of all of them. And then, as soon as you do that, make sure you quick save, and then you want to load up from slot number 1. That is actually the last one of that conversation tree, even though it ends on a decision. Once it loads up, make sure you open up your phone, send that text, and then rinse and repeat. So skip this text and then answer the third one right here. So this time you want to pick the second choice and skip to the cafe. Once you're here, what you want to do is want to open up the text, and this time we are going to pick the third response. So the one all the way at the bottom, the super long one, make sure you get that in, and then you can keep fast forwarding. We are going to step into the cafe and get more text like this one. This one has one response, make sure you respond to it, and then keep fast forwarding. And check out all the nice maids, skip that text, and then what you want to do is you want to open up this one, and make sure you send this message. So after that, keep playing until you go back to the apartment to see Kirasu sleeping right here. Make sure you open up your phone to get the last text message of that conversation tree. This tree is pretty big, so we're going to have a lot of time exploring all the branches. But quick save and load from slot 1 again, and remember to bring up your phone as soon as the save loads up. Answer that text message, and just keep fast forwarding. You get to skip that text, and then the third one you want to answer. This time you want to pick the third option, I believe, so pick that, and then we are going to keep fast forwarding, skip all the Moeka parts again. Once you're here, what you want to do is you want to open up this text message, and that should finish up that one. And then we are going to quick save and load for like the 9 millionth time, but this is actually faster than playing the game a bajillion times. So load up slot number 4, and this time you want to make sure you fast forward right away. There's going to be a lot of talking in this game. So we are going to chat it up with all the future lab members. They're all having fun. But you get a text message right here, and this one has one response. Respond to it, and then you want to fast forward about 20-25 seconds past all this talk of dolls and swim parks and stuff. So you get a text right here. Make sure you pick it up. That one is the last of that conversation tree. Make sure you quick save and load, and we are going to load up from a new save file in the form of file number 8. So pick that one. That puts you in the middle of the Ruka playthrough, I believe. Yes, the Ruka playthrough, this person. So fast forward, obviously, until you get to the first text message, which should come up anytime soon. It will come up right here at the DVD kiosk. This one has one choice, so make sure you send that. Can't mess that one up. And get to fast forwarding some more. So you get a text right here from Mayuri. Ignore, even though she's super tiny, sweet, and adorable. We are going to skip past that because we are focused on one person, sadly. But this is going to be the last major playthrough, which is good for our sake. So you get a text right here, and make sure you pick the one and only response. Send that off. And then get to fast forwarding. You get a bunch of text messages that you can skip until you get to the cafe, and that one is going to be the last of that conversation tree. Quick save and load. And this time we're going to load from slot number 9. So starts us off with a big old fat Daru. As soon as you load up the save, you can either make a save in slot number 1, or if you remember what number it was slot number 9, but I made a backup in case I forgot what number it was, because we're going to be loading from that save, but it's right after opening up a new file, so it's kind of no point in making a save immediately right thereafter, unless you are terrible with remembering numbers. But anyways, the text message is going to take a little while to pop up, so enjoy the shrine talk with T-shirt Ruka. text message finally pops up right here, and then what you want to do is you want to pick the first response, so send that off, and then you should be good. And then get to fast forwarding some more. Alrighty, so you get the text message right here, and then make sure you respond to that. Once again, one and only response. Keep fast forwarding. They go eat some cup noodles or whatever, and then you get another text right here. This one is where I popped my achievement, but obviously you have to go through and do the other side of that quest conversation tree. So if you don't get the achievement right there, as always, quick save and then load up the slot we just made. You can either load up slot number 1 if you made that save, or slot number 9 if you remembered. So same dealy, where you want to fast forward until the part where you get the text message, which is like a minute in.
いや、他ならぬルカ子の頼み。
Alright, it's going to pop up right here. Make sure you open it and answer with the second response and send that one off. And then you want to kill time until this text pops up. Open this one and only response, super straightforward. And then what you want to do is you want to fast forward some more, and then cup noodles stuff. Text message right here with an attachment. Open that up. Open up the attachment for another end frog. That one's the cow version. Hit start, quick save, and then we are going to load up. There is one more text message we have to find if you didn't get the achievement already, and that one's going to be in slot number 11. So as soon as this starts up, what you want to do is you want to start fast forwarding. The text message pops up close to the end, kinda, so about maybe a minute and a half in, so just skip all this unnecessary stuff. Alrighty, once we head outside, Suzuha's going to be here. Make sure you open up your phone to check if you got a message from her on the date of the 10th. Make sure you open that up and read it, and that should be the last one. This is where you'd pop your achievement if you haven't gotten it already. Remember to quick save and then return a title, making sure you system save by picking both left options once you back out. And that's it for this part. Don't forget to check back soon for more.